All the engines in Doncaster like being responsible, reliable, and very useful. They don't like causing confusion and delay. But one day, Wyatt and Deborah had a big accident. Both engines had to go to the works to be repaired, and it'll be a long time. Mr. Daniels had brought a new engine to fill in for Wyatt and Deborah. But I'm sorry to say that things don't go well with the other engines by the time the new engine arrived. Who are you? And why do you have to be so loud? I was sleeping peacefully. My name's Donovan. I'm here because your controller had sent for me to help out. But this ferry is still having old kettle steamers around. I thought British Railways had scrapped them a long time ago and had us diesels to work. Well, for your information, Donovan, this is Doncaster, and that's because our controller had it running part of the British Railways, so he had us steam engines to work. We may be old and depending on coal, but we're survivors, and we're useful. Well, isn't that something? You don't even look like you're useful at all when you're just a lazy steamer this morning. Shut up, you! I'm too old for this nonsense. How about you go fetch your train and leave me be? Humph! Fine, but I'll prove to you steamers that we diesels are more useful and reliable than you'll ever think about. Deltic jerk. Soon, Donovan got to work pulling the goods train along the main line. However, as he did so, he passed by the other engines, and they were just as offended and annoyed as Maxi upon hearing rude comments from the diesel. Julian, who had been showing Donovan around, was embarrassed, but even he couldn't stand Donovan. Ugh! Why did this have to happen? I don't know. Something is uncontrollable. Huh! More like this is unacceptable. Donovan woke me up with his loud horn, and he says I'm a lazy steamer when I was just sleeping before it's time for me to get ready for the day's work. I'm terribly sorry you guys have to put up with him. I've warned him about what he said, and he didn't listen. I can tell his arrogance is getting in the better of him, and one day, that will get him into trouble. I hope it does. I'll be glad the diesel will be gone after that. And I hope Wyatt and Deborah will come back. I can't believe they had to stay at the repair yard for a long time. Well, it's just how accidents happen, Chelsea. They have to be there for a while because Mr. Daniels didn't want them to come back to work without needing serious repairs. Ashton is right. Now, I suggest if Donovan said something negative again, it's better to ignore him. Mr. Daniels will deal with him. The engines agreed. The next day, Chelsea came into the yards to collect her goods train to take to Victoria Park Station. But to her surprise, the freight cars weren't there. That's odd. I thought Maxi or Julian had shunned them for me. Where could they be? But suddenly, as Chelsea started looking for her freight cars, she heard Donovan's horn. He came zooming past, and he was coupled to her goods trains. Donovan! What do you think you're doing with my freight cars? This is how a Deltic diesel runs ahead of schedule. Slow down, Donovan! You're going to crash! Nonsense! What could possibly go wrong? I will never go crash! Luckily, no one was hurt. The freight cars were smashed to pieces. Donovan was badly damaged. Maxi, however, was furious. You idiot! First you said I'm a lazy steamer, and now this? It'll take a long time to repair the turntable, which it'll cause confusion and delay! And I can't get out of the shed now because of you! Donovan said nothing. Later that evening, he was hauled gently to safety when Mr. Daniels arrived. You have been a very bad engine. You have said rude things about my engines. I do not tolerate this behavior on my railway. Once you're repaired, you will go back to the other railway, and I'm writing this to your controller to make sure you're permanently banned from Doncaster forever. Several days later, Wyatt and Deborah returned. The engines were very happy to see them again. They told them all about Donovan, and they were relieved to hear that he's not coming back to Doncaster ever again.